The E-4B Doomsday plane just made an unexpected flight to D.C.
I will make my decision within the next 2 weeks.
And 2 weeks from today is July 4th. With a nuclear weapon, it could hold the world hostage. Not to mention, they control the shipping lanes where a third of the world's oil goes through. Everything's on the table, even tactical nukes.
Fire and welcome to the end of the world, where I pose 3 simple questions for you. Question number 1, why did we change the number on our nuke plane? Also known as the Doomsday plane, we switched it to 911, which is an emergency call sign. Question number 2, why do we want to go to war with Iran? Now be careful before you answer that question. If you're like, well, they have weapons of mass destruction, and it's just gonna be 2 weeks. We're gonna get in and get out. Why is it always magically 2-week timeline, right? 2 weeks to stop the spread. 2 weeks to decide if we wanna blow up Iran. 2 weeks to blow up Iran. I say, guys, scratch the 2 weeks. There are so many things that we can celebrate today. Like, hey, how about that? The national debt just crossed $37 trillion. Or back in the day, you'd bet your friends doll hairs. And I'll tell you, kids, this ain't doll hairs, and 1 finger out of 4 has to go to servicing just the credit card payment. That is just the interest. So it'll start with 1 finger, and then 2, and then 3, and then it's all gone. And at that point, make sure you're holding this stuff right here. That would be maybe little safe haven, maybe a little bit of the golden stuff, because this is real. That is Fugazi Fugazi. But we need that Fugazi Fugazi to pay for those things called government jobs, which those are gone. 22,000 federal government jobs were just poof, gone. And sorry about the squirrel. I was going Fugazi Fugazi, money, Liberation Day, Bitcoin, USD, an exodus out of the dollar? Which I wouldn't be too scared about that, because the dollar is everything. And when I say everything, it's just, again, right out of thin air. I don't care what you call it. Go to a bank, I want a loan, sure. Or how about that stock market today? Ooh, triple witching. This is the biggest in history, but anywho, they estimate 30 trillion in FX swap forward. This creates future demand for both currencies and swap. 90% of contracts are USD, not BTC. And the whole world uses this ledger. That's what everyone's trading. It's just a ledger. I'm not talking about the Bitcoin ledger. I'm talking about the dollar ledger. You owe me money. I owe you money. Okay. I would worry about this, but not yet. I'd say let's stay focused on this war. And I had 3 questions, right? Since I have ADHD and I know your time's short, we'll just keep it down to 1. Why war? Because I am not a normie and I am not an NPC, I can actually think for myself. Let's see if I can answer the why war thing. It is always, okay, money, power, and control, if you want to throw that one in there. Power and control, kind of the same thing. Because if you have power, you have control. If you have control, you have power. Typically, what happens in situations like this is people with money that you can't see, that are behind the scenes, control the people with power. And there's that control power thing. So it's control, power, control, power, control, power. He almost lost his control power. He's about ready to lose his control power. He has money, control, and power. Yes, all of them have money. But if someone has more than you, well, you don't have enough. All right, so let's make this simple. This guy wants to go to war with this guy. They're always at war, and they want this guy to come into the war because this guy has weapons of mass destruction, which I'm pretty sure you've heard that before, but so does that guy. Oh, and if you want to talk war and nuclear weapons, this guy has them. That's a side note. We'll get to that one in a second. So supposedly, we don't know, this guy might have them. Like the last war that I fought in, trying to find those dang weapons of mass destruction. This guy definitely has them, and we definitely have them. But now let me give you the breakdown of all of this. Step 1. War costs too much money. That's this thing that we talked about earlier, that Fugazi Fugazi, where they take all of your money away from your paycheck, and they're like, but it's for a good cause. Not just that, is war eliminates your kids, which is not a good thing. And I really hope that the orange guy does not go to war with these guys, because it is a no bueno, zero-sum game on our end. I know what you're thinking. Wait until these guys, the middle guy, launches at us. I'm going to go back to my first case. Wait until he launches. I mean, this guy has said, he's like, I'm gonna blow up Los Angeles, and they have the capability. This guy, I doubt it. Actually, I could probably solve this whole thing. You take the orange guy. You have the orange guy talk to these two guys, okay? These two guys, this one, he has to come to an agreement with his nukes that we can look at them. Again, I'm just trying to come up with an easy solution so we don't spend a lot of money and we don't die a lot. All right, so let's go back. We inspect him, we inspect them. It's IAEA, and he said no. He's actually said no. Or I'm sorry, he wouldn't sign the non-proliferation treaty, which Iran actually did have one, and they signed it. Back to solutions. All right, so give this guy, here's another solution. Give this guy nukes, he has nukes, we have nukes, and it's all good. That's solution number one. Now, people will say, well, then this guy is going to bomb this guy and is going to bomb that guy. Because we know, because he said he's going to do it. So did he. The only problem in a nuke fight is, okay, you shoot one at him, he shoots, you both die. There was actually a really good movie back in the day, War Games, right? Where it was AI. It figured it out really quick. We all die. Okay, so right about now, again, I'm shooting myself in the feet because there's warmongers, there's people out there that have a lot of money. And then with that money, they got to get in the head of normies and say, hey, normies, he's going to kill us, so we got to protect ourselves. And now you're living in the future, which brings fear, and you want to stop that fear right now, and you're like, yes, regime? Why is it regime? What? That was tough. But the way to make the most money in this is regime change, because that takes a long time. And we were able to do that in 2 weeks with ISIS. I mean, look how quick Iraq fell, and it's perfect now. We got in, we got out, that was it. Oh, and talk about regime change. We almost had one regime change with this guy, right? All played in that game, and then he was out, and then he came back in, and now we have regime change. This is gonna be a tough one here. Am I gonna have to say this more than 3 times? With this guy, and he almost didn't make it. Actually, he missed it. Just 2 votes. Oh, and you want to know why this guy stays in power? I know you're not going to believe this, but conflicts and war. And some people like him, but for the most part, not so much. Like if they were to have an election right now, he would lose. But the people that are like, Bravo, no way, you don't even know, bro, he could... Right? I could be wrong. I mean, this guy lost. He actually lost by a landslide. Yes, but it was fraud. I know. See, when you know more, you know more. And like what I said, it was this close. Read. AP. Netanyahu's government survives vote to dissolve. That means go away. Israel's parliament. And if you're wondering why not so popular, okay, how about this? Your kids have a mandatory military draft. Oh, not so popular now. Oh, and just to let you know, I am not an expert in this because I've never found that knowing this makes my digits go up. But I think I have enough information in my head that makes me not an NPC. Like, I just came back from Israel. I fought in the military. I participated in Desert Storm, Desert Shield. I've gone through enough in my life to where I was wrong. And then you come back and you're like, oh, you got me. New taxes, and what's that building and why'd that one fall? And in regards to this guy, number 1, the regime changed. When you hear that, run. That's number 1. Number 2, he probably, again, how do you know? I'm just going to go with this one. He probably doesn't have the bomb. Do I know this? Again, go back to I've played the game before. Number 2, he doesn't have the delivery system. And number 3, he doesn't have the re-entry vehicle. So when I put all this together, from him almost not making it to all the shenanigans, I'm going to back away. And say like what I said in, I think it was yesterday's video, hey, Orange Dude, if you want to loan this guy, hey, slap an Uber on it, go ahead, take a couple bombers, blow up the side of a mountain, have at it. But just know, this guy doesn't just want that. Again, regime change. Long drawn out wars. Stay in conflicts for a long time, make lots of money while the people from behind the scenes. Just FYI, if we do go, you know what, we're going in, that national debt thing that you have to pay off. it's going to quickly be at 46 trillion. You know that one finger of interest, it's going to be two fingers. Bravo, I don't care. It's worth it. I'm so scared. We have sleeper cells, Trump administration. CBS News, I was just watching the news. They're monitoring right now what's happening right now. Possible Iran-backed cells. Those are sleeper cells in the U.S. as Trump weighs strikes. Oh, and we got another one. Due to possible sleeper cells, Hezbollah, CBS. Let's all be scared, and something about being scared. That is because you are living in the future. You don't want to live in the future. Let me help you with this. The future. Fearing what might happen. Isn't it so nice? It hasn't even happened. It's like the gift. The gift of the future is anxiety, pain, suffering. It hasn't happened yet, but you're unboxing it like it's Christmas. Not just that, it's not gonna happen. So never live in the future. Also, don't live in the past. Because unless you have a time machine, you ain't changing it. I mean, you could learn from it and go, oh, I won't do that again, which that's what we do on this channel. Also, if you like this stuff, if light bulbs go off, click subscribe. Since YouTube hates me, check and see if you've been unsubscribed. The problem is people that have money that try to control people, they pay money so that my voice is zipped. So past, not good. Future, not good. Live right now. Also, what you want to do is prepare for future. Yes. So I trade because I like my digits going up, and you could look at the past going, if I only, I can go into the past and look at Bravo strategies. If I only Microsoft 203%, if I only Walmart 62%, if I only MNQ, that's a high frequency trade. You'll learn that in my new AI course. 499%, Tesla 424%. This is another trading style. This is on the 2 hour. So don't kick yourself in the face that you're looking at the past going, dang, I wish I had. Imagine if your accounts had 400% more, 500%, whatever. Live in the present and click the button now. So you can learn about all this stuff, make your digits go up and solve problems. And in my new course, I give you everything. Just that I throw in my bear market course when the market goes down. You get 2 courses for $299, which is basically $149 a piece-ish. And then you learn how to click a button so it trades my strategies, and then you can go off to work. And then while you're at work, you can open up your phone in the bathroom and be like, how's my Amazon doing? What do we got? 2 shares up 63%, okay. Although I'm kind of uncomfortable with that 66.6. Guys, you got to make changes in your life right now. Like right now, so you get that, and then you go over there and you change all your passwords. Because that's happening right now. You don't need to be fearful about it. Just change your passwords. One of these things, right? Your hand has to be on it. Otherwise, you ain't getting my stuff. Is 16 billion passwords leaked. That's the biggest in since forever. Apple, I mean, unless you guys don't use Apple, Google, Facebook. But it's the largest. And again, I don't sweat it because I'm like, is my finger there? If you're like, what is that, Bravo? I talk about it in the course. Talk about everything in the course. Do it on the show because I don't want to repeat. And I try to touch on it like stock market. Why is the stock market? That is just farting around. NASDAQ, you need to learn it. But it's pretty easy. It's like slamming a ball down, right? Your stock market, bounce, and now what? Had your 7, 8, 9 purple. There's such a high probability that it's going to roll over. And after it rolls over, what is it going to do? It's going to bounce. Now, is this a good time to take out a short? I mean, it's okay. You also have a divergence. Do you see that going down? For me, if you're above the 200-day moving average, that's the purple line, it's better to grab the bounce rather than the ball, right, coming down. So when I say it's okay, when the purple thing comes on, it's going to go down. You see that? It told you right there. But it still kept kind of going up, but this is like, it needs to go down, and it will go down. The problem is, again, when you're above, and I'll make it yellow, the 200-day moving average, and you see the trajectory, another tough word, it's up. It's like a magnet up here it's pulling it up. Or it could be like helium, whatever you want to use. It's tough. Like gravity, again, that ball, right? Not so much. So that's why I'm saying just wait for it to start to go. Once it starts to move, right? Oh, fear. Then get the bounce and the gravity and the magnet. And at the same time, try to get out of that job. Try not to focus in on politics. Again, subscribe. I'll go over everything. I could be wrong. I'll go into the past, which I'll do right now. But anyways, I was saying about the jobs. Government jobs, look, a million almost, a rounding error. They'll still tell you, look, we have strong jobs and no inflation. Also tell you that we have a great housing market, right? Just like, this was 2005. Do you see where we're at? Where there's like, oh, there's not enough homes. You just keep repeating the same lies over and over. And if you think you're safe in your home, you're not. I mean, the translation, home prices will fall 70% plus. I mean, look at the Jerome Powell. Sorry, I was going to say Chair Jerome Powell. What those banks, insurance companies? Yeah, good luck trying to. If you're in California, double good luck. Can't even get insured. The government's blowing your house up at the same time. They're like, oh, we don't. Sorry, Bill Gates is in charge here. We're just going to wipe out the whole coastline. Oh, that was crazy. Fire. Who could have seen that come in Hawaii? Now you can't get a permit? We're going to have to just build this thing back so much better. We have a smart city. Why don't we try that? Again, people in power, people with money, and then people without a home. Quote, those banks and insurance companies are pulling out of areas, coastal areas, and areas where there are a lot of fires. Oh my gosh. I just can't even make this stuff up. And people are like, what are the coinky-dink? Powell told the committee. So what that's going to mean is if you fast forward 15 years, there's going to be regions where you can't get a mortgage. But I'm sure your equity's just fine. Keep refreshing Zillow. Look at all of that money, all of that unrealized losses. That's the one thing I totally dislike about homes. All my friends that buy and sell real estate, which I do too, I just hate locking up large sums of money when I could just click a button like buy, sell, buy, sell. S&P 500 and 2-year yield, 30-year. Which way do you think the S&P is going to go? Based on interest rates? Based on yields? Based on around 2 years in advance? Maybe down. Again, my finger's right here. I can just click the button. Why don't we do this? Because I had mentioned you go back in time and then we can look at now. We're like, oh, they got me.
I think you're dead wrong. I don't think that there's any reason on this earth that man should remain in power. In the end, Saddam will be removed from power and the world will be a better place.
Tragically, we will lose American lives, but it will be brief. We're going to find out massive evidence of weapons of mass destruction.
I am confident that all those things that you predict are going to come true, and a lot of people that have been laying out the case against us are going to be very embarrassed.
The Iraqi regime did not and has not disarmed. Saddam Hussein is deemed by the White House a threat to American national security, a brutal, murderous dictator, and a menace to the world. It is the hope of the administration and the goal of the war planners that disarmament and regime change be accomplished as swiftly as practical. Some number of our sons and daughters, our brothers and sisters, will give their lives for the cause of freedom.
Things that we haven't seen in the past, very accurate weapons, very lethal. The Moab is a daisy cutter on steroids, and Iraq is not prepared for what's going to be thrown at them.
So there you have it. If you go back far enough in time, you guys can see, and this is also too, like Tucker and people that, you listen to now, we've all changed over time, where 1 minute you're like, yeah, and then things start happening from 9/11 to whatever war. And again, you learn, you're like, okay, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, 4, 5, 6. Wait a second, am I an NPC? Am I a normie? Shoot, I think I am. But big picture, at the end of the world, at the end of time, at the end of this, sorry, my ADHD, I'm gonna watch a tower go down. Love to talk about that. It's the third one. You guys should do your due diligence and figure that one. You're gonna ask questions. See, first you're gonna go like, come on, this is what happened. You go like, what is that? How did that thing just go down, right? You ask questions, you stop being a normie, and you start figuring this out. But again, at the end of the day, get your account. Are your digits going up? Are they going up by 25%? Because that's what inflation is, even though they'll tell you there's no inflation. Inflation's down. Everything's great. It's not. You have to move your money every single day. My apologies, but I teach you how to do it. It's very easy. And if you're lazy, just have it do it and call it a day. Click a button. That's it. If you're working, try to get out of that work. But with everything, and it is Friday. I hope you guys are going to have a good week. I got to go jump on a plane. Crazy, right? Imagine. Again, Digit solves problems. I can travel. Yada, yada. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.